Yes, there are a lot of other podcasts out there about gaming and current events, but none of them are this cool. This is Alt F4. Alt F4. Video games and current events are our life. It's what we live for. Are you ready? Let's do it. And now your host, a coffee-loving, scotch-drinking, cigar-smoking gamer. This is Duperzo.
What's going on, everybody? It is episode 7 of the Alt F4 podcast. Candace finally has a microphone that is much more worthy than his cell phone.
A little bit more susceptible, yes.
Yes. We're going to be discussing God of War, Ragnarok, and its launch on Wednesday. And oh my freaking Lord, it's good. It's really fun. Candace hasn't played it because he's Canis, and yeah, that's frustrating. But then we're going to be discussing some of the Modern Warfare 2 Warzone 2.0 and DMZ things that are coming, or what we've seen from the special people with purple check marks over at Twitch that got to go to play Warzone 2.0. That's the dream. And then Miguel's got some Pokemon stuff that he wants to talk about. So, yeah, then we got some fun little comedy things at the end for a surprise. So, Candace, how you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. It's getting tougher and tougher with trying to get all these games, because not all of us are like you,
What do you mean, unlike me?
Well, that's why I haven't got. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, that's such a mean thing to say.
I love this sweater. I literally thought it was like a Wakanda Forever.
No, it is. So it is assholes live forever, and it is the Infinity War, Avengers. Logo.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, wait a minute.
Shout out to Kirill over Assholes Live Forever. Hopefully one day he sees this. I love that guy. He's fucking hilarious.
I don't know why it just, like, Wakanda Forever. It just threw me off, but anyways.
That because the fucking movie came out last night.
It's probably what it is. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Finally people could hear me properly, like, instead of using headphones.
A cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, God of War is so flipping good, man. Like, I'm not surprised. One. I'll say that, like, is you just played the first, like, you finally beat the first one just a few days ago, you said?
Yeah.
So
I was actually very surprised, just quick note, that I was pretty much at the end of the game. Maybe 2 hours away from the end, and I was like, wow, I actually beat the game. I guess I don't know what happened, but I literally was just 2 hours in, and once we got into Baldar, I was like, oh, okay, this is it. Like, I'm pretty much done with the game, because now they just have to do the Ashes situation. And I freaking loved how they showed the innuendo of, like, Kratos may potentially die in that little wall. And I'm like, dude, I can't wait for number 2 now. And then my wife is just like, oh, I really like the game. And I'm like, I gotta show her the story. Like, I gotta play it all over again.
No, there is a game recap at the top of the menu of Ragnarok.
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
And it hits the points. Like, it's not going to be like, I get, like, a lot of the cutscenes are not in that, but, like, it's the main plot points are put in.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, it starts off really good. I am 14 hours in.
Okay.
And I don't even think I've even remotely hit the halfway point.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's and that's mainly because I've been doing a lot of side questing. Like as I'm in whatever realm, I'm actually like going through and doing some of the side stuff. But yeah, like that story arc that they did for Kratos, and like in this one, he's still rough with Atreus, but it's not the same. Like, you know, in the first one, it was a lot of like, boy, you know, and in this one, he's actually saying, you know, he's calling him Atreus, and like, he like yells at him, but he doesn't yell at him. Like you know what I mean? Like he's like teaching him now.
Yeah. No, I noticed that like towards mid game, he starts naming him more Atreus than using boy.
There was
there are times he used it, but he didn't use it like the
and
like how he
like
used
in the first one too. There's like that subtle switch when, what was it? Was it when you went to Alfheim? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But like it's like it's about 5 or 6 hours into the game, and you guys get there, and I forget exactly what's off in the distance, but like Atreus is like, oh shit, you know, and then like Kratos looks down and like he like almost puts his hand on his back, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that was like the turning point where he's starting to like catch on that he needs to like be a freaking dad.
Yeah, be a dad. No, that's in the beginning of the game. So when that's when he like shows him how to hunt a deer.
That's when he kills the elk. Yeah.
The elk. Yeah. So he like puts his hands out and then he like puts it back. Yeah. That was the only time you actually see that kind of.
That's right. Yeah, because
like
how
he feels.
Yeah.
So no, it's a great game. Like at the end, the ending credits. I mean, obviously spoiler, but everybody should have been playing it by now. And like they threw the ashes. I was like, wow. Like I put everything down and I went.
Yeah. Are you talking about the ending when like the credits roll and then they're standing outside their house and Thor's hammer clinks down and the electricity like it's like
it's sick. It's sick. All right, I'm excited. I want to get it.
Dude, it's good, man. I honestly, again, I've like I said, I put like about 14 hours, between 14 and 15 hours, and it doesn't. Number one, it doesn't feel like I've put that much into it. And it's just. It's so much fun. Like today was my day off, so I just, you know, took the kid to school, and I just played it.
Yeah.
So, and then like yesterday was funny because, you know, I worked during the day, and I went to the gym, had dinner, things like that, and then I put Ian to bed, and then I passed out, and then I woke up at like 10:30, and I was like, dude, I need to play some more of this game. So I played till like 1 o'clock, and then at like 1 o'clock I was the only one up in the house, and all of a sudden I hear there's like footsteps upstairs, and I was like, what is that? And Ian comes down and he goes, are you going to work right now, Daddy? I was like, no, it's 1 a.m, dude. So he watched like 30 minutes of it, and yeah, he likes Brock and Sindri.
He's all, boy, go to bed. That's great though.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you need to hurry up and get that done then with Denise, because we got to discuss this more in details.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure by the next podcast I'll definitely have some good hours in it. So
yeah. And also too, like, I mean, I guess it is kind of good that you also, you know, aren't playing right away, just because, you know, give it a week or so for people to play it, and that way spoilers, and we'll put spoilers in the title for episode 8 or 9, depending on when that comes out. Or depending on when we decide to talk about it is what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. All I have to say. It's a fantastic game. It's, of course, Twitter is blowing up with like all the Xbox fanboys that are, it's a DLC. You wish it was. You wish it was. You know, like, It's not. It's so good. And yeah, if you're on the fence about it, which I don't think anybody was, but if you were, like this is worth, like I bought the digital deluxe edition, which I think was $89.99. Yeah, worth every penny. It was worth every penny. Excuse me.
You get the armor set, right?
Or the is that just set, like the digital art book?
Okay.
Yeah. So, cosmetic stuff with some stats, and the stats are decent. They're not like the greatest, but they kind of the armor set you get kind of bridges the gap from like just a little after the start of the game to pretty much where I'm at right now. Now I'm having to like actually, get the other armor sets and upgrade those.
Okay.
So it's nice. All right. So Modern Warfare 2 is, like we discussed last week, it's been out since, well, the campaign's been out since October 20th. The multiplayer's been out since the 28th, and it is now, what, the 11th? Yeah, it's Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, too, by the way.
Happy Veterans Day. Those of you who are
in the service or were, thank you so much for your service. So we are a week, two and a half weeks-ish in a multiplayer, and we are less than 4 days from Warzone 2.0 in the DMZ. So, I mean, I again, like I said last podcast, I really like the multiplayer. I think it runs well. I think slide canceling, not being in it, is good. I've been watching some stuff on Twitter from some folks who got to go and play at Infinity Ward or wherever Infinity Ward was doing the event. Couple of them says slide canceling is there. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if they're trying to like get likes, you know what I mean? Like likes and retweets and shit. But all I have to say, like I said, I still hold firm to slide canceling Warzone's not bad. I like that. If they don't have it in there, it's not going to bother me. If they do have it in there, I'll be happy. If they had it in multiplayer, it would bother me. And so since they don't, I'm fine, and then there's the DMZ that you wanted to talk about. I don't know very much about that. You said it's kind of like Escape from Tarkov.
Well, that was at least a perception of what it was supposed to be, but unfortunately, it's not. Well, I mean, I don't want to say unfortunate because it's a Call of Duty game, so you would rather it be more Call of Duty than Tarkov. But it's from what I've seen from a lot of creators, there's it's more of a looter shooter, if that makes sense, because you're looting around like different portions of the buildings, and like if you see that there's like a locker, you could probably loot it, and like bags, and
like the Division.
Yeah, kind of like Division wise. Actually, probably the best way to put it is like it's like the Division Stark Zone,
first person Division,
but in first person. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if I'm not mistaken, there is going to be a third person option for it. I don't know if it's coming out like when DMZ pops out, or I believe 2 weeks after, but I heard some kind of rumor about that, to be confirmed on that. But from what I see, like I said, from the creators, it's not really, I don't know, it's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely going to be interesting. Like I don't know if it's like 3 to 4 people that you get to team up with, but it's like you're 3 against the other opposite side's team in a big map. So the probability of like seeing each other is not low, but you're going to see way more NPCs than you see operators. So it's going to be interesting. I know the currency as of right now is, the COD points or whatever they use for the currency in the game. And Yeah, you'll be able to buy like weapons and certain equipment from my understanding, but it's not like how I thought, where you could like unlock this gun, buy it,
right?
customize the hell out of it, and I don't think they have that option in there. So it's just more you're purchasing weapons and going out into the field. And I don't know if you drop those items if you lose or anything. I haven't seen any creator like show that kind of gameplay. But as of right now, like I said, it's very like it's ups and down. Like if you're really into the whole open world, taking out NPCs, and this is going to be right up your field. But if you're looking into like Tarkov, like operator against operator, like I don't really think it's I don't think this game is going to be for you, to be honest.
Right.
So
yeah,
I don't know how you feel about like it being an offense like that.
I mean, I like Tarkov, but I don't like Tarkov, you know what I mean? So like it's one of those games where what really irks me about Tarkov is not so in-game stuff, the graphics, like the sounds, the weapons, the suspense of the high risk, high reward kind of stuff is fun. But the fact that like bullets somehow different variations of the same bullet matters. And that part I don't like because they try to do it as this like realistic-esque shooter. And it's like, okay, like there's a difference in grain in the same caliber. Like if you have a 40 caliber and you have 120 grain, 150 grain, okay, but that's it. So and like the output of damage is really not noticeable in the way of like Tarkov is, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so if I were to shoot you with a 7.62, that should drop you in a couple shots if you're wearing full body armor, like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
In real life, like the fact that if you have the wrong version of 7.62 in your SKS mag, and you can just unload on a dude, and he's got a stupid 9mm MP5, and he's got the right 9mm ammo in there. He just blasts you. It's like that, to me that doesn't make sense. So with that, if it's like Tarkov in the aspect of looting, having to extract, having to, I will say, like, I hope that they do, if they do the whole, like, if you lose it, even weapon wise, I hope they do the route of Tarkov where you have the insurance and you have a scav or like a non-primary operator that you can run to loot up to get better gear to put on your normal, operator or PMC as they're called in Tarkov. But yeah, I mean, I'll play it. I will probably like it. It kind of sounds like it's going to be more like DayZ in terms of running into people, where it's like it's going to happen, and it's going to happen when you don't expect it to at all. And then when it does, you're going to be like, "Oh my," because what just happened,
Yeah.
Whereas in Tarkov, I mean, it's you run into players constantly. What do you think?
No, I think it's I think DayZ might be a little too stretched because I mean in DayZ you don't see as many NPCs, or like unlike this game is you're literally seeing in every portion of every part of the map you're going to see some type of NPC coming after you.
Mm-hmm.
So like
I guess I'm a good comparison.
The fear of that, I feel like Well, first off, it all depends on how the NPCs react. If the NPCs react garbagely, like they're just standing there shooting at you, which like almost 70% of the gameplay that I saw was kind of like that. Um, it's not going to be fun for me because I like the feeling of like I'm going into something like real deep, kind of like when you play realistic mode, which by the way I'm doing on Call of Duty. Um, I actually like realistic mode way better than what's it called than
Veteran.
Veteran.
Yeah, 'cause you don't have
'Cause
your HUD.
Veteran.
It's like you're just walking out in real life with a gun.
I feel like there's more to that though. I feel like when I'm shooting these enemies, like they're actually doing what you just said. Like if I had a 7.62, I'm mowing your ass down. I feel like I'm able to do that during realistic mode than I did more bullet spongy than I did in veteran mode, you know. Obviously like the armor enemies you have to put some dirt on them, you know, but besides that, like I feel like as like just going in there and I'm literally slowly going into every area and able to shoot enemies down a lot faster than it is on veteran mode. So
Right.
I feel like if the enemies were kind of like veteran mode, I'm sorry, realistic mode, I think this would be a pretty kick-ass mode.
Well, and I would hope. Well, I know that with this Call of Duty, even on the regular difficulty, this Call of Duty, I was watching one of the dev videos, and they purposely made the AI to be not reactive but proactive. So it's like you're going against a real person. You know what I mean? Like they're shifting. Yeah. The AI will see how the player is moving and clearing rooms and doing things, and it will, as an AI can with limitations, react in a real world like manner. You know, like they'll take cover in the correct spot for what's happening. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, well, I do notice that too because they do push up to you faster. If you're prone or anything of that nature, they come after you.
On the oil rig, when you go to the ship and all the shit's fucking sliding around, that would be that's the best map to see what they were talking about. Because I mean, when all the containers are sliding back and forth and all of that, I mean they're moving. Not just out of the way of the objects that are sliding, but they're moving in tandem. When it's sliding, you're coming around and you're looking. I remember I came around a corner and the dude thought I was at the other end, and he's walking with the container. Like this is an NPC walking with the container as it slides, and then stops, and as the container shifts, then it opens up his line of sight, and he started firing at the ally NPCs. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive.
I like that.
So that's the only thing that I would say. Like I think the best thing that, like, at least as comparison, is like the Division and Dark Zone. I feel like that's a little bit more close to what we're looking at here.
Okay.
I feel like that with obviously more NPCs, because I'm telling you, like they drenched.
They just come out of the woodwork
everywhere. So I mean, I obviously we can't dog it until we play it, and that's the only time I'm going to be able to give like my full opinion on it. But as of right now, I'm kind of like 50-50 with it. And then with Warzone 2.0, this new map coming in, I'm hoping that it plays a little bit more like multiplayer right now, because I feel like, but I understand why it wouldn't, because you could traverse a lot faster doing the slide canceling and all that stuff, especially like how big this map is going to end up becoming.
Right.
But I just personally think that, I really like to see how multiplayer. I this is probably the the first Call of Duty that I legit went from 1 to 55 and actually took my time and played the hell out of it. You know what I mean? And enjoying every second of it. Like right now, I think they did a rebalancing at this moment. So it's actually a little bit tougher for me now because now I'm playing with tryhards and I'm getting wiped off the map. Like I'm doing 6 and 22 and I'm like, what just happened?
BMM kicked in.
Yeah, like it kicked in hard. But the thing is, like from what I read, there like if you did shitty for the last 3 matches, it would put you in a lobby where it may be easier for you so that you could gravitate yourself into like whatever area you should be in. But after like my 3rd or 4th or even 5th match, I was still doing shit. And I was like, man, it could be because also I was trying to rank up on my handgun and the X23 is not. Well, I'm trying to get the auto version of I think it's the X23 or whatever it is.
The Glock.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get the automatic version, but like you have to level the normal version first. So
I'm going to say this right now for everybody. If your loadout is a shield and a knife with the fast running perk on, you. Okay? You are a piece of all right? You are utter garbage. I cannot tell you how infuriating that tactic of I'm going to come around the corner in my little shield so that you can't hurt me and I'm just going to sit there. And then in a split second, I'm going to swap. I'm going to have my knife. And I'm going to like Sonic around the whole freaking room and just knife everybody. Like, oh, God. I hate those players, man. I hate them. Meanwhile, the marksman rifles have been my bread and butter, man. Oh, dude, those single shots, bro, they've been so nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
So far, I've been rocking the FSS Hurricane. That's kind of like my gun right now. So I just got to find out like the right loadouts and the right attachments on it. I've seen like a couple like new player like for the FSS. So I tried those attachments. They're not bad. Like I actually see like a huge significant difference because that thing has a massive recoil. Like it's terrible, but the damage on it is pretty good too. So it's either that or using the Scar. So I like rocking with that because he uses the 7.62. So
yeah, I run the marksman with that Fennec 45. And before that, I was running the MP7 because I don't know. I love the MP7 a lot.
Yeah. So you had to work through that one gun. I forgot what it's called. The Lichman, the whatever it's called.
Lockwood.
Lockwood. That's what it was.
Lockwood. Yeah.
No, is it? That's the shotgun, isn't it?
Well, the Lockwood is what's also but it's also the lever action too.
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about the other one, the one that kind of looks like a foul.
LACCA, the LAC.
Yeah. It looks like a foul. Yeah. Because you have to get through that to get to the MP. Oh no, the MP5. That's what
the
I'm
MP5. No, I was just saying the MP7's a right out the gate gun.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get the MP5, so I'm rocking that with the handgun. So the Lockman or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and there's also different calibers too. And did you see that? So it's like you have to hit in order to get the one you want. One of the rifles has to be at level 12 or whatever. But then to get that weapon, you have to have the original weapon at level 15 or some shit.
Right. And that's what I'm dealing with now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like mad dog that. And honestly, I actually appreciate that, to be honest. I like the tree system that they got going on with these base weapons. Eventually, like when I'm using a certain gun, they and I start like looking at other weapons. I'm like, wait a minute, I unlocked that? Oh yeah, because I worked with this gun, and it gave me a good sense of progression on like these weapons. And the good thing is, now that I bought the $30 pack, and having those double XP helps you out so freaking much. Like, especially for like doing 3 maps, I'm already at level 10. I'm like, perfect. Like, that's exactly what I needed. That's like a good chunk of my hour that I always put in Call of Duty. I'm actually, benefiting off of it. So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully Warzone's going to be that way. I mean, I know Warzone's going to end up being just like the first Warzone. And there's going to be a lot of people in there where it's going to turn me off. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, and it was funny because like my wife brought this up. She was like, because I play with my buddy Eric. I think you remember Eric, the cop. I've been playing with him a lot. A funny story too. He and I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare #1 back in the days too, right around the same time I met you. And he's been playing ever since then. Like he has every single game. Like he plays every single year, every new game that comes out. And like he's damn good, super good. I mean, he's not like the tryhards, but he's like he's almost at that level. He's very good. And I play with him, and I get carried all the time with this cat. But the I guess the point of this is that my wife tells me, and sometimes I get so frustrated, and I'm like, damn it, I should have killed him here. I should have done this. I should have done that. Or, maybe I should have, used this attachment. Why does this attachment do this? And so on and so forth. And she looks at me and she goes, why are you so frustrated? I'm like, because I wish, like, she's like, you're a really good gamer. Like, you love video games. And I always see you play all these games and you know how to, like, get into it, like, pretty fast. And I'm like, yeah, but it's the point of, like, how you go against all these other players and they just mad dog you, like, bad. And she's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have been playing Final Fantasy. You should have been playing Call of Duty. I was like, you son of a... She's like, now you're actually playing a man's game, not a girl's game. I was like, Final Fantasy is a man's game, damn it.
I mean, men play it. Men also go to gay bars, so... I'm kidding. I play the game. Well, I did.
No, but it's true though. If I would have put way more effort into this game that I'm enjoying so much now, I think I would be a 10 times better player. But hey, I just got to keep training and pushing and pushing. So
yeah, it's it feels bad because the Call of Duty did the whole like, and they're doing it from now until Warzone 2.0 drop, where it's the Legacy, Warzone Legacy. Have you seen that? You could give them your okay. And some of my buddies who posted their stuff, I was like, you shouldn't have been posting your stuff. You knew what you were doing. You knew how bad you were doing. Bro, I had a 52% win rate in the gulags, and it was like a 1 point, so it broke down to like a 1.09. Okay. So that means that is good. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, that's above average. Like, I am winning the majority of my gulags.
Yeah.
And then my KD, which I knew my KD was 1.24. And so the spread was well over 1,000. So, I mean, it was cool to see, you know what I mean? But then like there's one of my buddies, like, he was like, yeah, did the after action report, and his KD was like 0.065 or something. I was like, dude, it's like, I know you played it because you love it. You just weren't good at it, but oh man, you shouldn't be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm kind of excited for this Warzone's 2.0. So I'm definitely gonna crack on it. So hopefully I'll be better at it.
I just wish the operators you bought on Warzone original would come over. Like, I understand the weapons not coming over because, like, it's a whole new, you know what I mean? But, like, dude, since 2020, I have spent quite a bit of money on operators and packs and things like that, you know? But
yeah,
whatever. I don't think, and that's the thing too. People are like, "Oh my God, Warzone's going away." It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. You watch. Warzone is gonna become literally its own separate thing. Which, I mean, I know that it is, but hear me out let me just hear me out. Warzone has been its own separate thing within Call of Duty, but all the developers have funneled into it. So Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer, right? Now, with 2.0, when Treyarch does it, they're going to funnel into 2.0. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think Warzone is so popular that Activision is going to have a team solely dedicated to just running the original Warzone. And it won't be affiliated with any of the new Call of Duties. It'll be like PUBG at this point. But then if you want to play the most current Call of Duty, the next title Call of Duty immersed into Warzone, you need to play 2.0. So that's how I see that happening. I could be very well wrong, and that's fine. But I don't know. Warzone's really popular, and I'm sure Warzone 2.0 is going to really tank the numbers. But you'll have to see in 6 months, you know, how much more popular or not it is.
Well, people are going to gravitate back to that map because that's why they're two separate maps. So it's just the point of, do you want to play the Warzone map or do you want to play the, what is it called? The Al
Mazrah. Well, but here's the thing, man. Nobody wants to play Caldera. Caldera is the worst Call of Duty map or Warzone map of all time. It's a mountain. And the terrain is so hard to get through. In fact, they saw a dump where Caldera matches to Rebirth matches for a while flipped. Like, more people were playing Rebirth than they were playing the actual Warzone map.
Yeah.
Because it's just garbage. It's just utter nonsense.
Well, I never I played on the map maybe twice with you, and it was difficult. I mean, just because of the mountain terrain and all of that. I mean, he's pissed off too. He doesn't like it. I mean, he's barking all over the place.
I'm judging you and your dog right now.
What's wrong with my dog?
Get the German Shepherd in there. The man's dog, not your little.
I do have a shepherd.
That dog is like, you know, back in the 30s when that one family member was kind of dumb. They hide him in the closet.
You gotta understand.
This you only come out when I say.
This is the shepherd's toy.
Yeah, so let's see the shepherd, not the toy.
He has the attitude of a shepherd. That's what it is.
No, he has little dog syndrome.
Little dog syndrome?
Okay. No, dude, tell me I'm wrong, right? Like, how many times have you seen, I don't know, like, scrolling through TikTok and whatever, like, dude, there's these dogs where it's like the pit bull's just freaking sitting there on the couch or whatever, and the little shitty Chihuahua dog that's with him is like biting him and harassing him and doing all this stuff, and the big dog's not doing anything because the big dog knows if I bite you,
you're dead.
You'll be dead. Little dog is like, I'm angry, you know. It's little dog syndrome. It's just like dudes who drive like 7-foot lifted trucks, you know, little syndrome.
Yeah, he probably does have that.
Is that your soy latte you're drinking there?
No, it's just water.
It's just water. Coconut water.
Actually, I had
that.
Dude,
did you see that? Speaking about this, okay, so coconut water applies to Call of Duty.
Does it really?
Did you see that funny video where the guy Barry Sloan, who plays Captain Price, he's holding a Coca-Cola and a coconut water. And it was like off, like it was behind the scenes stuff, like when they were shooting the trailer footage, okay, of the live action trailer. And he's like the guy that plays, his name's Jammer Actual on he's a real military dude who plays Ghost. Well, he is this is weird too. I know I'm going on a tangent with this. Ghost is actually two guys. You have the actor who played him, but then all of the media marketing stuff is a different dude as Ghost. Okay. So that guy, the real, and that dude that is the marketing media dude for like who plays Ghost, like he was in the military, has affiliates with Black Rifle, all that. Okay. Anyways, Barry Sloan asked him to get him a Coke. And he brought him a Coke and a coconut water. He goes, "What do you guys like?" "I got a Coke and a coconut water. He's like, "I wanted a Coke, not a water." He's like, "Yeah, well, I brought you both."
That's funny.
Oh, man. All right, Pokemon. Let's have it. Let's have it, Mr. Trainer.
So I'm excited. I don't have every Pokemon game, but I do have a good majority of the games, and this is probably going to be the one. I was just telling this to my wife. This is probably the first time I've ever bought the dual pack.
Okay, put your gang peace signs away from the Pokemon gang. Okay.
So I bought both games basically.
I'm showing you up right now, Mr. Soy Boy Latte.
Hey, thanks.
Coconut water.
Tastes good with coffee. So both games is the first time I ever purchased both games because I'm actually want to get invested in this one. But so I played the newest game, which was Arceus, and I fell in love with the game. Just the open world aspect or semi open world aspect of the game, and I just loved every minute of it. Throwing a Pokeball at a Pokemon, the Pokemon battles, how it's it's very you're very immersed because you can move around, you can do all this. It's great, the idea of it, right? So when Scarlet and Violet was announced, I was kind of hesitant because Sword and Shield was kind of the idea of what I thought it was, which is the other mainline game that came out before Arceus, and it has some open world aspects when you go into the wild areas when you catch Pokemon in the wild.
Yeah,
but it's not the same as Arceus, where you go literally into town, go out, and just you explore this zone. This new mainline title, like I said, I was kind of afraid that I thought maybe it was going to end up being like that. It's not. It's legitimately full open world. So we're talking about you go into the city without a load screen, you walk out of the city without a load screen, you go into the world with it. You traverse, from land to sea to air. You can actually fly in the game, which is kind of interesting.
US Navy SEALs have arrived in Pokemon.
Here we go. Can you imagine? Just Captain Price. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch that Pokemon.
Fucking
guys, get the sniper.
Then Dan Crenshaw with his eye patch. Did you guys vote?
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. I've seen some gameplay, and I think the biggest thing for me about this whole thing that I'm like so excited about is it has 4-player co-op. Like you could legit have 4 other trainers in this open world and go at it. Just go at it. Do the storyline. Do the hunting. Find Pokemon.
Fisticuffs. Give me your Charmander, bro.
Can you imagine? You're just like, I got the Pokeball. No, you don't. um, it's it's amazing. I'm like, dude, I've always wanted to play a Pokemon game, kind of like Temtem. If you heard of Temtem, it's
is Temtem the God bless everyone?
Wait.
Oh, wait. I know who Temtem is. I was making fun of him, like Tiny Tim.
Yeah,
from,
yeah. The paranormal stuff.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's no. It's just it blew my mind that like now you could actually cooperatively play with other people and take down like different Pokemon and doing their raids that they do in the game. It's just I'm like, dude, I'm so excited for this game. I'm so excited that I ended up buying both packs. And my daughter is like totally into Pokemon now. So I'm like, dude, I have like 3 Switches. Obviously, she's going to play with me so we could do cooperative. So I'm like so excited. I'm so excited for this damn game.
When are you going to buy me the game so I can play the game?
Oh, well, you need to get the game and I will. I feel like Jet, where are you?
Yeah.
It's yeah, so other things about the game too. Customization of the character, you could do it at any time. They have like different hairs, color of their skin, eyes. Yeah, I mean, legitimately, you could literally make yourself in the game, which is really nice.
Oh God.
The customization on your Pokemon as well. Like there's some pretty cool things that they're adding to the game to where they alter like the elements of each Pokemon, which is pretty interesting. I think for like the first like 3 months of the game, up until February, you'll be able to catch a Pikachu that could fly, which is pretty interesting. Don't know how that's gonna look, but that's gonna be interesting. Now I don't know if he's like something that you're gonna hold and all of a sudden you're flying, but I know that he gets the ability fly, so that's the one thing that's pretty interesting. They're like, it's like a lightning bolt. You're like, oh God, where are we going? So I can only imagine.
Oh geez.
There's some other like quality of life things that they got going on. So I guess you could have your Pokemon run around with you and do like free battles, which is like an automatic battle that they'll end up doing on their own. So you just command it to like attack, and he'll end up just attacking it, and you get to like get resources from each Pokemon, which is funny when I hear that, and I'm like, wait a minute, you can get resources from Pokemon? So what? They're like cutting off their leg or cutting off something, and it's gonna be their resource. Like, kind of makes it funny, but there's like the TMs where you could teach Pokemon like other abilities, and that's one of the main points of having your auto battles with your Pokemon so that they can give you your resources faster. I mean, there's some other stuff there I'm not really like whatever about, but like you could you could give your Pokemon a bath.
It's like a Chia Pet.
Yeah, you could like scrub it on
Chia
them.
Pet. Not Chia Pet. What the? Remember in the 90s, is the little keychain thing?
Keychain thing.
You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't Chia Pet. Chia Pet was the.
It looked like an egg.
Yeah.
And it had a little screen on it. You could like feed it and all that stuff. Yeah.
Fuck, what was that? Pocket. It was Pocket something.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Pocket Pet?
Gigapets.
See,
Gigapet.
I knew it had pet in the name.
Yeah. Digital virtual pet keychains.
I got that. Taken away so much in school.
Oh yeah, dude. I had like 7 of them.
Jet, what? Give it to me.
Could ask your mom. Mom, do you still have them? No, I'm just kidding.
No, like no. Those things got sold on a garage sale years ago. Guaranteed. Now it's probably like in New York City in some Middle Eastern's like electronic shop for like 99 cents.
I would buy that shit.
I would too.
In a heartbeat.
And by the way, I don't mean anything like that. I'm just saying, like, the reason I said Middle Eastern is because I've started to think of Don't Mess with the Zohan. And they're all either like car mechanics or they're selling radio systems and all. Disco.
It's stupid.
They can't keep smooth.
It's going to be an interesting Pokemon game. I'm kind of excited for it. I mean, like I said, I literally bought the double pack. This is the first double pack I ever played or paid for, so I'm pretty excited for it.
Nice.
Are you going to go for Pokemon? Like, are you going to try it out?
I'll try it out.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I still have Pokemon Eevee, and I haven't played that much.
That's a good game.
I know it is, but it's hard because like now like I only have one Switch, and that has become the boys' gaming system. Like, dude, I haven't even beaten Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild for me is God of War for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I've gotten to pretty much, like, all the Divine Beasts are up. Like, they're ready to go. They've got their laser beam cannons on the Hyrule Castle. But I haven't, like... And I think, you know what it did for me? You know what I think why? Like, I'm just kind of like... I got kind of bent out of shape because I saw... my friends who played it, they were like, oh yeah, when you beat it, all you get is like a little star next to your name or whatever. And I was like, excuse me? You go through all that work and all you get is a stupid little star? And I don't know if it's like next to your name or if it's next to the account, like the save file or whatever, but it's just like, really? That's all you get?
Yeah, it's like a new game plus.
And then I just kind of was like, So.
Well, when you devoted the hours I put into Breath of the Wild, and you buy the expansion pack so that you could play the master levels, that's where you reap the benefits. Because eventually, like, you'll be able to upgrade your master sword to where it doesn't break easy, and you're able to use it a lot more often.
Well, it never breaks; just loses the light.
Right. So you're able to like use it way more often. And there's other benefits too, like when you play the master mode, like all the enemies are randomly generated, so you'll fight things that you would never see in like the beginning portions of the game.
Dude, my niece, she is like when she got Zelda Breath of the Wild for Christmas a couple years back. This girl, like, she has watched every single Let's Play of all of the Zeldas. She is like the encyclopedia, and she just got Heaven's Ward or not Heaven's Ward,
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword, thank you. Heaven's Ward is Final Fantasy. And dude, like, but yeah, she bought. I can't talk right now. She beat Breath of the Wild on mastery mode 3 times. 3, yes. Yeah. Yes. And she's born in 2009. She's 13? Yeah. Dude. I was like, because she can't, and I found that out, and you know who Katie is, like, she's in the guild, and she came over when Ian had his surgery on his mouth, and I was just talking to her. She goes, yeah, I still play it sometimes, but I don't know. I kind of got burnt out on my 3rd time of beating it on mastery mode. I was like, excuse me? What did you are you speaking to me right now? You beat that game on mastery mode 3 times?
That's legendary.
Dude, like, And she asked for Jedi Fallen Order on her PS4 this year for Christmas. And she has this podcast, so I'm not saying I'm going to get that for her, but I'm just saying when my sister was asking me if it's too hard for her, I was like, oh, no. If she beats Breath of the Wild on mastery mode, this game will be a cakewalk. You watch. She's gonna beat Jedi Fallen Order 3 times on Jedi Knight mode.
Against, who you fight at the end, I don't know, man. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Dude, if she beats it in the hardest difficulty and you fight, that just goes to show that, like, our age,
no, we don't, dude, we're in our 30s. We don't have to put up with that crap.
Dude, I'm like, I beat the game. I'm good. I don't need to go for the hardest difficulty. I tried mastery mode on Legend of Zelda, and I can't get past certain points, bro, because I can't do it.
I peaked with high difficulty settings when I beat Outlast on Nightmare mode, or whatever it was called, Insanity or Insane or whatever, where if you died once, there was no saves, and if you died, you had to start all the way at the beginning again.
Yeah.
And that took me months of training because that was when I was streaming. I was getting like 50, 60 viewers every day I streamed, because all I did when Duperzo stream back in the day in 2014 was happening, it was nothing but Outlast speed runs. That's all I did.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where chat was like, you should try it. I was like, dude, I memorized where the fucking batteries were, everything, like, just to speed up the process. And dude, it took me like 70 or 80 tries to beat that game on Insane. And when I finally did, I was like, yep, I never want to play a game like this again.
Funny story that you say that. I think around the same time, I think I was playing that with you. And that's when I got my PS4 and Outlast came out.
Yeah, it was the free PSN game.
Yeah, and I played it too. And I streamed that night, and that was the first time I ever peaked 120 people watching me. I stayed up, and I had to go to work the next day, by the way. I think it took me like a week and a half or 2 to beat it, like Nightmare mode. It was literally back to back to back to back to back. And that was my I'm always going to remember this guy. He was from I think he was from Italy. He watched me every single night playing this thing. And the night that I peaked at 120 viewers and I beat it, he donated $20 to me. I was like, I'm never going to I still have those $22 in that account. Like, I have not used it.
No bull crap.
I swear it's still on my PayPal, bro. I have not touched it. I have not touched it. It's still there.
Huh.
$22. This guy legit gave it to me. Dude, it was my first donation. I said, you know what? That man is a legend. Like, I never knew anything about that, and I'm never going to reach 120 people ever again.
No, dude, and you know what? And you want to talk about mistakes that we make in life? You know what my biggest mistake in life was? Not noticing the trend of Destiny. What I mean by that is, for 2 nights in a row when I was running raids on Destiny, I was getting 160 to 200 viewers those 2 nights. I just thought it was a fluke. And then I went off to play another game, and then my viewership, I didn't understand, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I worked, I got home, I streamed because it was fun, you know?
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Even I was thinking, I was like, oh, dude, I should play more horror games because people like watching it. And in reality, people do love watching that. They love seeing people. Because, dude, how many times I screamed out of like jump scares from running from I forgot that dude, the really big brute that follows you and you can't kill him.
Chris Walker, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, how many times I was always hiding under the beds, and I was like, dude, please don't freaking get me. Like, I'm almost there.
That's what she said. I'm going to show you this real quick. Also for the chat. But we're going to make this the primary window. Man, that's hard to see. Well, it's hard for the chat to see. But Outlast speed run, my record time was 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 44 seconds. Whistleblower DLC, I beat that game in 46 minutes and 12 seconds. And both were completed on insane difficulty. Because that's how much I love that stupid game.
Yeah.
Like, that is how much I invested my time into that game.
It's a good game.
It's a great game. I haven't played Outlast 2, and you know
me neither.
I had people that were like, dude, like, you need to play that game again. And I think our cameras froze for a second. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I need to play Outlast 2 because I've even had people who still like come to my streams that followed me way back then. They're like, dude, but you're not going to play Outlast 2? I was like, I know I really need to. I was like, but you don't understand. When that was my game, like, this is how I don't understand. Happy Hob, I love you, man. I don't know how the hell you do it. You play the same games every day, no hit runs, all the time on the Dark Souls games. I can't do that. Like,
nah, that's crazy.
I burnt myself out trying to accomplish those two games on insane mode where I was just like, dude, I can't. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'm complaining, but anyways. But yeah, that's my point. It's just like, yeah, no, I want to play Outlast 2, but if I do it, I know that I'm going to want to do it how I've done it in the past, you know? And do I have the mental capacity to do that right now? I don't think so.
I don't think I either. It was so exhausting, dude. I think I beat it, and it was like 4:00 in the morning, and I had to go to work at like 8. I was damn,
dude. Like, that's the thing too. Like, speaking of a Happy Hob, like that man, you know who I'm talking about, right? That dude from England.
Yeah.
He has, before Elden Ring came out, okay, he has played from, and I believe he started with, I'm sorry, this was before Demon Souls came out, the remake, because that was not included in this. The God run, as he calls it. I was there in his stream when he finally did it, and he played from Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, and that was it, right? Up until Elden Ring. He did all of those without getting hit once.
Wow.
Once. And it took him like 600 some odd attempts, or maybe more than that, because, dude, and I'll never forget, there's this one time where like he was on the last game, and I think it was Dark Souls 3, because he would like switch it up, like he would just kind of shuffle the games around, but he would play them through. And he was on Dark Souls 3, and it was the last game, and I think he was like 4 bosses away or something like that, and he got hit, and it was like, no. Like, dude, I don't know how he does that shit, dude, because I get hit left and right whenever I play those games, and I try really hard not to get hit.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because I don't understand the hitbox mechanics of those games, but geez, dude, that guy, as they say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can't even imagine trying to do that at that point in my life. I would kill myself. Like,
sorry.
like
Suicide is not a laughing matter, folks. Sorry, but like just
no, it's not. But like just the knowing that you're at the last break point and you get hit, you're just like, screw life. It's over. It's over. Just end it.
Yeah, and he was having fun. Like, he was doing stuff where, like, if he got really far one time, he goes, okay, if I don't make it through this one, I'll shave my head. And sure enough, shaved his head. And then, like, he had a bungee jump off a hot air balloon or something like that because he didn't complete. Like, dude, like, his chat was punishing him for not. Like, so eventually, like, it's self-preservation. He's like, I don't want to do this again.
Hey, I wouldn't be able to do it.
All right, let's see here. All right, so that's pretty much all we've had, like, for this week. Oh, by the way, I hate that it does that when I do that. I don't know why it does. Oh, for goodness sake. I promise we're professionals. Oh my goodness. Sorry, dude. That's all messing up. Stop. Okay. Wow. The God of War controller has come out. Or it is coming out. Have you seen that?
I want to buy it so bad.
Dude, the two wolves on it,
the wolves on it
looks so good. Looks so good. So yummy.
It's worth $80, 100%.
Yeah, dude, even the base colors are worth $80 because it's the PS5 DualShock. It's a great controller.
Yeah. Hey, I was told it's not a great controller from certain individuals. I was like, you're stupid.
Do I know these certain individuals?
Of course you do.
It was Seth, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
What is he talking?
I know.
What?
I know. He's like, the Xbox controller. Wait, hold on. Let me sound like him. The Xbox controller is just so much better. No, it's not. No, it's not. In any way, shape, or form, it's not. It's a outdated, stupid controller. No, it's not. No, but it is. It's so much better.
Dude, I don't know.
And I hope you're hearing this.
Dude, Seth, we love you, buddy. I don't know, but Seth also, like, did you see his Twitter post yesterday?
No.
Or today? I don't know. He was talking about Elon Musk owning Twitter, and he said something about, he's like, it was probably badly mismanaged beforehand, but it is way worse now. And I legit, Seth, if you do watch this, I legit am just asking. Like, I'm not being an a-hole. But, like, I was like, how is it worse? Like, I haven't noticed anything except just people haven't been banned at all. Or the people who were banned for just, freedom of speech have been brought back. Like, I don't know. Go play with your Xbox controller, Seth. That's all I gotta say. God dang it. Yeah, your Xbox controller where you have to reload AA batteries.
It's the Call of Duty experience, man. You got to reload your controller at the same time.
Here's the thing. All right. See, now I'm a couple bourbons in and like a big old mug of Miller Lite in too. So, okay, since we're going to talk about console war crap, and I hate this because I love them all, but like, oh, dude, there is, at this stage in the game, there's no argument that Microsoft or Xbox fanboys can make about Microsoft being better than Sony. Since the consoles have come out in 2020, you have gotten, Forza? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know who cares about that game? Vin Diesel cares about that game. You know who cares about Vin Diesel? Nobody. Number 2. Sorry. Number 2.
He even brought out a game and it's garbage too.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways, that's a whole other topic. Number 2, you have Halo Infinite, which upon release was a heapy pile of garbage and is finally now catching up. Other than that, you have no new titles. And they like to say, oh, well, we have Elden Ring. No cap. Okay. You are playing a game owned by From Software. And who is From Software's parent company?
Sony.
Well, say that again real loud for the people in the back who are stupid.
Sony.
Yeah. All right. So you're playing a Sony game. You have no exclusives. Oh, well, we bought Bethesda. Well, guess what? When they actually put a game out in this century that's good, let me know. Okay. What?
Wait, what are you talking about?
In this,
they brought out Skyrim for the Series X.
I hate you, dude. And I say that, and I say that, but like, don't get it twisted. Like, I'm totally looking forward to Starfield, but like, is my hopes mitigated? Yeah, because it's Bethesda. So garbage. Okay. Since 2020, end of 2020, when the console came out, what do we have right now on hand that is an exclusive? Horizon Zero Dawn. We have Forbidden West. Okay. We got The Last of Us remake. We have Spider-Man Morales. We have Demon Souls remake. That's 4. We have God of War Ragnarok. That's 5. We have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's 6. And I think those are the only exclusive titles that came out in the last 2 years. 6 games.
And also
Elden Ring. That's 7. Even though it's not exclusive, but it's still owned by Sony. So 7.
That samurai game.
Oh no! Well, that came out. Okay, do you want to include that Ghost of Tsushima? Because
Ghost
that came out.
Has a PS5 version though.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Now I would say Last of Us 2 does as well, but they don't. They just have that little graphical update for the PS5. So okay, so you've got 8. Well, we'll do 7.5 games because we'll give the half of Elden Ring off to Microsoft because it's not a true exclusive. So you've got 8 games for the most part in the last 2 years. And these are not games that just did bad. They all got great Metacritics.
Well, you could also add Final Fantasy 14 too.
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, because it's exclusive to the PlayStation. Even though you can get it on PC, it's still an exclusive.
And you want to know why Sony is not going to go down as a company, and why Microsoft saying, "Oh, well, we've got the ultimate Game Pass." Every game that I just named,
you forgot Halo.
PlayStation players had to pay for it.
You forgot Halo for them.
No, I didn't. Halo Infinite.
You said it?
Yeah.
I thought you said...
I said Halo Infinite. I said Forza, and then I made the Vin Diesel comment. And then I said in Halo Infinite, which was a heaping pile of garbage, which is now finally getting caught up. Yeah. So in 2 years, they've had 2 games. In 2 years, Sony has had 8 games. That is well, okay, I'm just going to do 7. I'm going to get Elden Ring out of that, but you get my point. 7 games in 2 years that is completely exclusive to PlayStation. What I personally, having both, having the Nintendo Switch, I don't see where the disconnect is for people who are on the Xbox D train when they say, "Oh, well, Xbox is better because we've got better games." What better games do you have? You
and your
literally
better
have
games go on
nothing that
PS5.
I cannot except Halo and Forza, which again nobody cares about. Forza, Halo, yes. I can get every game that's on that Game Pass on the PlayStation. And not Gears of War. But Gears of War hasn't, I mean, the last Gears of War was like 2-3 years ago, or 4 years ago. Now, you want to talk about a fantastic video game series that I wish Sony had? Gears of War. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. That's a fantastic exclusive title that they own. Well, they used to.
All the games, at least, that you just named out for the 7 are all like box office hits.
Yeah. And you know what's coming? You know what's coming besides myself with all these titles is, sorry, that was a very inappropriate joke, is Spider-Man 2 is coming out, what, next year?
Yeah.
You've got, aren't they making another, and I don't care what anybody says from the Microsoft side of things, Little Planet is a fun game. Okay. Yeah. I think there's another one coming out, isn't it? Little Planet or whatever, Sackboy, dude.
Well, there is a Sackboy game out now, but yeah, they're supposed to be bringing out another one.
You've got excuse me. Forspoken is coming out. That one I'm a little concerned about, but the point is like there are games on the horizon that people are like, "Oh my goodness." And then everybody on Microsoft side of things like, "Oh, well, we're going to get Redfall." Oh yeah? You mean a vampire shooter that is basically a clone of Left 4 Dead? No, thank you. No, thank you. Nobody wants that game. I don't want that game. I don't want to play that game. Now, if you want to play that game, that's fine. That's totally great. But don't think that a game that runs like Left 4 Dead style, except instead of zombies, it's vampires. Don't kid yourself that you're not getting a new game. You're getting a reskin of a game that just works. Do you agree with that, Miguel?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're trying to win something, to be honest. I mean, which, by the way, Final Fantasy 16 is going to be exclusive to PlayStation as well.
See, suck it. All right. So again, and I hate this. Like, look, if Sony loses Call of Duty because Microsoft owns Blizzard and Activision now, like, that would suck. But like, Call of Duty is not the bread and butter of gaming for Sony. It's not. It's first party developers who create fantastic worlds. Like, I don't care. I would put the last 4 Halos up against God of War reboot, and they all fail in comparison to this game.
Wow.
Story-wise. 100%. 100%. I mean, I get it. Like, it's different. It's a shooter, but you get my point. I'm talking about like story-driven games. Like, Santa Monica just knocks things out of the park. Naughty Dog knocks things out of the park. Sucker Punch knocks things out of the park. The developer that does the Spider-Man games, what's that? It's the Insomniac knocks it out of the park. Like, we're not even talking. They get a 3 RBI. They are. I mean, it's a full banger, dude. Just gone. And they want to talk to me about Forza and Halo.
Which we have. Our Forza is fucking
Gran Turismo. So, like, but again, and here's the thing too. Like, the reason I appreciate people who love Forza. Forza is a beautiful looking game. I personally hate race car games. Why? Because I'm not good at them. So I don't get excited about those games. Like, I don't get excited about the next Madden or NBA 2K or anything like that because I suck at sport games. So I don't get excited about those games. I want a game where I get immersed into another world for the hours that I play. What did I just say about today because I was off work? Like, I was literally, in my mind, teleported into the world of God of War because of how beautiful it looks and how good the story is. And the only place that you're going to get that on that level is Sony. Now, right below that, now you want to talk about, and I say that what I mean by at that level, I mean like graphically looking. But if you want to talk about the only other place that you're going to get good, hardcore, well done, well thought out, story-driven games is where? Nintendo. Microsoft needs to start looking themselves in the mirror and saying, what are we good at? You are good at multiplayer games. Competitive multiplayer games. That is the biggest player base on your consoles. That is what you need to focus on. You don't need to be focusing on trying to compete with story-driven games. Though, sure, absolutely, I want Xbox people to be, who do not, like us, have the luxury of having both systems. I want them to be able to have a good, story game. That's fine, but like, understand you're not. Santa Monica has been doing this for years. Same as Naughty Dog. I mean, Naughty Dog was doing Banjo-Kazooie, or was it Banjo-Kazooie, or was it a Crash Bandicoot that did? Naughty Dog did Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot, not Banjo.
So they've been in the game since the 90s. They've been developing and creating worlds, right? Okay, so when you have a resume like the Crash Bandicoots going into Uncharted, going into The Last of Us, going into the new IP that's been kind of rumored that nobody knows about, okay? You're not going to compete with that because they're original. So the only way that you're going to be able to even remotely, in my mind, compete is if you actually bought that said company. But there's no way on God's green earth that Sony's going to let that happen.
So they didn't do Crash, but they did Spiral.
Okay. I knew it was one of the three. It was either Crash Bandicoot, but not Crash Bandicoot, Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie was Rare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, Resistance.
Naughty Dog did Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah.
Are they still doing the new ones?
No. Insomniac.
Oh, Insomniac. Yeah.
They did all the Ratchet and Clanks, the Spider-Man, and then the new title that's going to be the best freaking Marvel's video game ever, Wolverine.
That's fighting words, buddy, because Miles Morales is pretty dope.
This is going to destroy all of them, bro. I mean, because they said that this is to be announced, but but from what the rumors are saying is that it's going to be an M-rated game.
Isn't no, Spider-Man's T, huh?
T, yeah. This is going to be M-rated just because it's going to be really gory.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Dude, imagine if they did like a really good solid Deadpool game.
The only Deadpool game that came out was in 360 days. And that was it.
I know. Like I said, a really good Deadpool.
That would be
like pump the brakes there, hate nuggets. You know, just
and actually have Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. Oh my God. And you know what would be cool about that is like Ryan Reynolds would be so down to do that. He would be so.
I think Hugh Jackman would be too.
Oh yeah, dude. Please. Absolutely.
I know like we're getting at the end of this, but I want to give out a shout out to like all of our DC fans. Because we lost Batman yesterday. And
oh yeah.
It's when I saw the news today in Facebook, I was really devastated. I mean, I've been listening to this guy since like 91, ever since I was 2, and like everything about Batman was just, you know, like the Joker, for instance, like Mark Hamill, like Kevin Conroy is like, or Conroy, sorry, is like up here. Every time I want to play a Batman game, it has to be his voice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so devastating. I feel so bad for the, you know, the family of him, and I think he was fighting some kind of disease, if I'm not mistaken. And it's yeah. So R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Ricky. He was the only soldier I ever had. I still love Secret Life of Pets, the original.
So,
all right. Yes, rest in peace. But we're going to have some funny laughing time. We're going to share a couple things with you guys from another podcast. Do I have permission to do this? No, not really. I don't. So, what are you going to do about it? Report me? Sure.
You'll be surprised. That's good.
I know. Come on. I swear I know what I'm doing. Most days. Here we go.
It's nice to have it to where it's not like totally unprofessional, because we're professionals.
All right. So this podcast is called Two Bears, One Cave. It is with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer, who are like two of the most famous comedians. They're best friends. They're hilarious. And last year, Bert, just to give preface, Bert, who you see right here on the screen, he bought Tom a race car for his birthday. It was like a BMW M4. And it's not street legal. So Tom, knowing Bert doesn't necessarily like those things, he goes, well, I know he likes history and he likes himself. So he bought Bert this very expensive piece of tableware. And how expensive is it, you ask? Oh, it's expensive. To the tune of $22,000 expensive. Okay?
A 99% probability that you're holding something that the Fuhrer drank from at his vacation home.
This is Hitler's cup.
That was
Hitler's cup. Yeah. Put it to your lips.
Put it to your lips.
Happy birthday.
This is the best birthday present. I'm supposed to destroy it.
No, you can get a lot of money for that. You can get a lot of money for that.
You get it in my hand. You're making me hold the memorabilia. I thought I was going to Winston Churchill's. I was so excited. The Fuhrers.
It totally belonged to Hitler. There is basically...
Oh, God. Okay, so then...
I got you another gift.
What did you get me?
Okay, I need you to turn that way so you don't see me setting it up.
Okay.
I'm just going to put it on the table.
Okay.
But just don't.
Turn around.
This is
I'm not going to like this.
your second gift. Are you ready?
Is that him?
Oh, it looks like Han Solo if he got bloated in the freezing process. That is fucking great.
I tried to go for the image. It's kind of hard to read on camera, but it's the image from the current tour.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. You
fine.
said that the other day. You go, that's a great look.
Yeah. And,
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
I asked myself, what are Bert's favorite things? Images of himself.
You know me so well.
I got you another gift.
So, anyways, sorry, I had to show that because, dude, he makes me happy. Bert is so funny, dude. Like,
I'm gonna have to watch that podcast now.
Oh, dude, it's a great podcast. They're on Spotify, so you can just plug it in and listen as you go. You know, Two Bears, One Cave. Yeah. It's super simple.
I'm gonna watch it.
So, you know, I'm one of my coworkers. He's when I say older guy, I mean he's like in his like late 40s, early 50s, so older but not old. And he's been listening to our podcast, and then with my weekly rant stuff I do on Instagram, and he was like, "Dude, we should do it." He's so fucking dumb. I love Frank. He's a character. Anyways, he wants to do a show like kind of like Two Bears, One Cave, and he's like, "What would we call it?" And I was like, Two Dudes and a Mic. And he goes, "It's like, wait, is that like from that
cups?
Yeah, like that Two Girls in a Cup? Is that what that is?" I was like, "That's exactly what that is." And I went to create everything just to lock it in, and it's already a podcast.
Is it really?
Yes. I was like, "That's perfect. Two dudes and a mic." Oh, I'm so upset. Oh.
You should then just up it up. Do three dudes and a mic.
3 dudes. Oh, that'd be like a playoff of 3 Men and a Little Baby, like the Tom Selleck movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
My microphone's my baby. It's expensive.
Well, did you try 2 dudes in a cup?
No, stop it.
Sorry, 2 dudes and a mic. I'm sorry.
That's what I said.
So what about 2 men and a mic?
2 men. It doesn't hit the same. It doesn't. 2 men and a mic. Like 2 dudes and a mic, like that. Just
2
like
dudes and a mic sounds good too.
Yeah. 2
what about
men
2
and a mic?
What about 2 bros and a mic?
Dude, honestly, it was funny because he said that.
We'll keep doing it.
Huh?
I said we'll keep going.
I was like, but then we need to get a girl in there, so it'd be 2 bros and a hoe. And guys, it's all in good humor, okay? It's just because it rhymes. It doesn't mean that I think that the woman who would ever be on the podcast is a hoe. It just means, you know, whatever. 2 dudes, 2 bros and a hoe.
No. It can be. Just literally get a hoe, like a garden hoe.
Oh my God, that would be the background.
Yes, make that the symbol of the whole thing. 2 dudes and a hoe. Or 2 bros and a hoe, and actually have a hoe in the bag, and then make the whole setup like you're in a farm.
All right, before this airs, I'm gonna go get that name because that's great. 2 bros and a hoe.
Yes, yes.
We just talk about farming equipment.
Yeah. You know, I went out to Home Depot that day. You know, I found myself a nice hoe.
Yeah, I went out to the gardening department. That fertilizer smelled good.
I can't wait to use it on that hoe right there.
Yeah. I can't wait to dirt in my hoe. Got a real good earthy smell like.
Oh man. That's great.
And then cue that TikTok where like do, and then that country dude is like, "Have you ever been hit by a wet water noodle while licking a spark plug?" Well, if you have, you probably drive a Ford F-150. Do. Oh, it's devolved.
It did. It's great.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll do the after report thing. But thanks for talking and hanging out and wanting to keep putting episodes out. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I love it. Now that I have a professional mic, we're good.
Well,
So-
no. I
Hold
have
on.
a professional microphone.
Hold on.
You have still been you're using USB.
Hold on. Professional to my standards.
Yeah.
Do we need to bring out the hoe again? Do we need to bring out the hoe
suck.
again?
Your standards suck. They're horrible. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. This has been the Alt F4 podcast. We love y'all. We will see you here next week. Hopefully there'll be some goodies about Modern Warfare Warzone 2.0. So in the meantime, have a good one. Be safe. We'll see you on the next one.
You've been listening to Alt F4. Duperzo is a coffee-loving, scotch-drinking, cigar-smoking gamer, and always will be. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had a blast. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. And we'll be back soon. Don't forget the gamer tag and Twitter account, Duperzo. And Twitter for the show is Alt F4 Podcast. Y'all be cool. See you next time.